Hey guys, how is it going? It's your boy Gaz9919 here, and what we're going to be doing today is finally changing the shock absorbers and top mounts on the front end of the Beamer. We have got top mounts for the rear. That's going to be next month's job though, because I'm going to buy the shock absorbers next month and I'm just going to do all of that at once. But obviously this has been a long time coming, because if you remember correctly, not long after I got the car, I did change the springs all round, because I had one snapped on the front and one snapped on the rear. So I just changed all the springs, not thinking anything of it. I didn't really look into it until not long ago when I did some work under the car, and I looked at the shock absorbers and they're dated back to 2002. So I think, yeah, it's probably a good idea to change them. And not just that, there is an issue where when I turn the wheel, I'm hearing a sort of creaking. Now, this may not be top mount related, but for the fact that the top mount and shocks are over 20 years old, I think that might have something to do with it. Regardless, if it isn't that, it could be control arm or something like that. So we're just going to investigate that and see how it goes. Rather annoyingly, it's just started spitting raining, as always, because I can't just work on my car with it being dry for one day. And to add to insult, if you can see back there, there is one of my wheels, because guess what? Your boy went and got a nail in one of his rear tyres. So at the start of this month, I had a blowout basically because I went through a pothole and it destroyed one of my tyres on the front. Had to do that, and then now I've had a nail in one of my rear tyres, and all my tyres aren't even 1 year old. Like, they're not even 1 year old yet. They're months old on the car. And it's just so frustrating because there's nothing wrong with the actual tread of the tyre. It's just, I've just unlucky. So I'm going to put that wheel back on and then start on the shock absorbers and probably get wet through by the looks of the weather. Okay, so that is the back wheel on. So I'm not going to do a lot of recording for this, mainly because it's raining and I don't want my phone to get wet through. Okay, so the wheel is off. Now it's just a case of looking at anything that might be badly corroded. Track ends are alright, probably seen better days. We've got new ones of them, we'll do that at some point. Bottom ball joint, again, to be fair, could probably do with some new control arms. They don't look too bad though, so I think this could be the culprit. This is our new spring that we fitted. Obviously it's still relatively new-ish. Bit of scraping here and there, a bit weird, but not too bad. So essentially what we need, I have another drop link, so I might pop that on here. Essentially what we need to do is unbolt this drop link and then take that big chunky bolt out at the bottom. Then there's 3 nuts in the top that we take out, and then we can essentially get at our shock and spring. Obviously before we do any of that, we want to hit it with some WD-40 and a wire brush just to tidy it up and try and make our lives a little bit easier. So whilst it's still absolutely hammering it down, I've knocked the knuckle off the shock, and now we're just going to take the bolts out the top, then try and free it and get this drop link out as well. So that is the old shock off. I don't know what year it is. I don't know if that's that means like 31st, 31st, oh no, I don't know. I don't know if they're stock or what year they're from. Don't know if anybody in the comments could enlighten me. Either way, very old, and I think our top mount is the issue. Because if you look at this, we have slight play. And it don't sound too healthy or feel too healthy when it rotates either. Here is a bit of new and old comparison for you. Obviously we're keeping the spring because that's basically brand new anyway. But now, time for the sketchy bit. If you are doing the suspension on your BMW E46, or well, most BMWs for that case, you will probably need a McPherson spring compressor kit. Now it is a bit expensive, but in the long run it helps you out a lot. Here she is. You'll literally gauge which clamps you need, put them on either side of the spring, and it'll pull it together like a sandwich. And just like that, the spring is on our new shock absorber. I always like to do this test whenever I'm changing an old shock absorber, just to see what the recoil is. It's not too bad, to be fair. Yeah, I don't think there's that much of an issue with this, but it's been changed anyway, so I may as well do both, and then it's one thing off the list that I know I ain't got to worry about for a while. Okay, so that is spring, shock and top mount reassembled. With these, that little nub there doesn't go in the way that the old one went in, but I'm sure it'll be fine. But yeah, that's all that side assembled. Now just time to do the other side. Okay, so I'm just doing the other side now, just removing it. I've got the knuckle out. I've removed this drop link. This drop link, no word of a lie, is solid. I've never known a drop link to seize up, but this is solid. And the other one's not much better either, it's quite spongy. So, goes to show, always change both drop links at the same time. Not like me, because I just changed the one because I was impatient and needed to get it to its MOT. Okay then, so this side, again, it's the same story with the label. It's got the BMW logo on there, so I don't know if that would suggest it's in factory, if it's from factory or not. But at least we know they've both had a equal amount of life. So, now we've got to do the terrifying thing of this step. And yeah, and get it on the new shock. Just to add, the top mount isn't really that bad for this one. I dare say it's fine, but obviously you replace everything in pairs, so that's what we'll be doing. So that is shock and top mount number 2 done. Yeah, just got to go back on the car. Before we do, we'll do the test with this one. See how well this one retracts. Again, not too bad to be fair, can't moan. Obviously you can tell some of the parts are aged, so it's still beneficial to change them. So that is the second side done with new drop link, because I only replaced one, I didn't replace the other last time. This is the one I didn't replace. Yeah, we're just going to drop the suspension down there, like so. Now we've just got to put the wheel back on and away we go. Again, same story here with this little nipple here. It doesn't seem to have gone in as good as the other one, but these are aftermarket, so I guess it has to be expected. But most of all, job well done. So that is the front shocks and top mount changed. To be fair, with the creaking, I don't think it was anything to do with the shocks or the top mount. It was probably that one drop link that I didn't change. But at the same time, it's still nice to renew the shock absorbers and the top mounts. So then, like I've said previously in the video, it's just something I know I haven't got to worry about for a good few years. But yeah, that is it for this video, guys. Be sure to join me in the next one when I do the rear shock absorbers. If you did enjoy the video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, maybe even hit that bell icon for notifications on future uploads. Until the next time, peace.